Kevin offered Dalton a power pill, but his friend thought that his grandfather needed it more. They kept passing it back and forth, each insisting that the other take it. This should settle your argument, Kevin informed them as he handed a second power pill to Dalton. Dalton and his grandfather didn't have to be told twice. They each took their power pill and swallowed it right away. Has anything unusual happened in the company lately? Everything's going well. Ever since you took care of the problem with Vito Booker, Brittany and Charity were offered a lot of advertising contracts. Now they're our top 2 clients in the city. That's great news. I wonder if you could help me with something. Could you have a few large bowls delivered to my office? Yes, sir. Then Kevin called Mitchell, Cook, and his other friends to ask them to come to his office right away. We hurried over as soon as you called. Is there something important that you need to tell us? Please have a seat first. Have you all recovered from your injuries yet?
Oh, we got over that a long time ago.
I called you guys over here to find out if you're interested in joining me on a path of personal growth that can lead to much greater things. I think you already know we'll stand with you no matter what, but why are you suddenly asking us now? I'm glad to hear that. I have something for you. Do you know what these are? Kevin opened his hand to show them the pills that he just manufactured.
Are those power pills?
That's right, Gilbert. But I only have one request. You must never give them to others, and you can't tell anyone that I gave them to you. When Kevin and Dalton arrived on campus for orientation at the Chicago School of the Healing Arts, they were a little late. Just then, a familiar voice drew his attention away from his distressing thoughts. It was Lily walking up to him and calling his name excitedly. I knew you'd be here. Kevin, please don't be angry with me. I know I messed up, but I promise I'll never do anything like that again.
Hi, Lily. I didn't expect you to be here, too. What a happy coincidence.
Dalton Steele? Are you feeling better now?
I'm doing a lot better. With the help of the pill Kevin gave me, I'm almost fully recovered.
I'm so sorry, Dalton. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have ended up in the hospital.
That's okay. No harm done. Look, I'm back on my feet again.
Please don't be upset with me, Kevin. How can I convince you that I won't make a mistake like this ever again? Suddenly, they heard someone nearby mocking Kevin loudly. Say, isn't that the who's been mooching off the Jones family? Sherwin Blair walked up holding hands with Officer Emmett. Of course. Now you can't sponge off them anymore, can you? Even your wife has been kicked out of the family. How will you ever survive? That's enough, Sherwin. I told you not to start any trouble with Kevin. I can't believe you're still standing up for this trash, Kelly. Anyway, I'm only telling the truth. Well, I'm here to go to school. Do you have a problem with that? Kick me out if you think you can do it. Otherwise, just shut your face. You're so low class. What makes you think you can talk to me like that?
Are you done yet?
Dalton barked as he gave him a hard slap on the face. But Dalton, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking about that Kevin.
Don't you know that Kevin is my brother?
Seeing that Dalton was about to hit Blair again, Kevin stopped him. Let's not get carried away, Dalton. It's beneath our dignity to fight with someone like this. Let's just teach him a little lesson. Just as Blair was getting up again, Kevin gave him a swift kick in the butt, which sent him rolling over and over on the floor. Just as the students settled in, the professor walked into the classroom. Hello, everyone. I'm Professor Grace Murdock, and I'll be your instructor for the next 4 years. The first thing that we need to do is to discuss our rules. There are a lot of very rich students here from some of the city's most prestigious families. That doesn't matter anymore. From now on, you'll only have one identity, and that is the student of the School for the Healing Arts. If you forget that and fall out of line, I'll make sure that you're expelled. What do you mean by fall out of line? If I think my teacher is very good-looking, I can ask her out, can't I? What's your name? My name is Chase Rogers. Are you free on Friday night? The heir to the Chicago hotel chain. That's me. Well, Mr. Rogers, you are hereby officially expelled from the School for the Healing Arts. She took Chase's backpack, opened the window, and threw it out. Everyone was stunned when they saw her do this. The look on his face was priceless. You can pick up your backpack on your way off campus. Professor Murdock's expression didn't change at all. She returned to the podium. If you listen to me, you'll do well here. I will not put up with any disruptions or lack of respect, either for me or your fellow students. Otherwise, I guarantee that you won't be here very long." Nobody said a word. They just sat quietly, afraid to draw any attention to themselves. "There's one more thing. There was a fight on campus a little while ago. That wasn't the best decision for the first day of school. Do you two still want to pretend it wasn't you? Do you really think it was a good idea to fight on the first day of school? Stand up right now." Kevin got up from his chair sheepishly. He didn't expect Professor Murdock to recognize him and Dalton. Unlike Kevin, Dalton stood up very readily. "I don't care what reason you two have for what you did, it's never right to bring your disagreements onto school property. You won't be expelled, but your punishment is to run 50 laps around the football field."
"I'm not going. I won't even run 50 feet.
As soon as his voice faded, Professor Murdock walked over to the back of the classroom and put her fist through the brick wall without even trying. She brushed off her jacket as she turned to Dalton and asked him again, "Are you sure you wouldn't rather just go for a little run?"
"Why did you go along with her, Kevin? This is humiliating. I feel like a little kid."
"We didn't have a choice. Did you see how powerful she was? And do you really want to get kicked out on the first day? You have to look at the bigger picture." Dalton didn't say anything more. He just followed Kevin around and around the field. It only took them about an hour and a half, including the time they took to stretch.
"I can't believe how tired I am."
"Well, it's a good thing you took the power pill after the restoration pill." While they were talking, Lily walked over and smiled at the two of them. Then she offered Kevin and Dalton each a bottle of water. "Come on, get up. Let's go clean up and get something to eat and drink."
"Can't you see that Lily wants to talk to you about something?"
"There's nothing for us to talk about. Even if you don't forgive me right now, I still won't let you go. Do you think you can stop me? Even if I can't stop you, I'll still follow you. If I can't find you at school, then I'll go to Corwin Tower to wait for you. In any case, I'll follow you even to the ends of the earth." Kevin was considering going with her, not because he forgave her, but because if she kept pestering him like this, he'd have a hard time getting anything done. "Okay, I'll go with you." After more than an hour, Kevin pulled into the parking garage under Lily's building. When they got out of the car, Lily took Kevin by the arm. "My place is in this tower. I'll make something delicious for you to eat when we get upstairs." But before they'd gotten very far, a young woman ran over to them in a panic. She kept looking behind her and accidentally bumped into Lily. "Is there something wrong?" Just as the woman was about to answer Kevin, a man and a woman suddenly ran over to them in a hurry.
"What are you running for, Melody? Couldn't you tell I was just joking? Did you have to run so far?"
"Mr. Collins chose you from all the others he could have had. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You're Rachel's brother?"
"Who do you think you are to bring my sister's name into this?"
"Are you done talking?"
"Shut up. How can you come in here dressed like that and then talk back to me? Just look at you. I'll bet you couldn't even afford to buy a toilet in this place."
"I can't believe how arrogant you are. Aren't you afraid of karma?"
"Why don't you mind your own business? If you know what's good for you, you'll get out of here right now. Otherwise, you may find yourself with a couple of broken legs."
"I'm not really afraid of your empty threats. Why don't you go ahead and break my legs?" Kevin answered back. He didn't want to waste any more time with this guy. Then he turned around and said to Lily, "Call Rachel right away. Tell her that I need her to drop whatever she's doing and come down here." Lily quickly took out her phone and called Rachel. She gave her Kevin's message word for word. The man pulled out his phone and called Rachel too.
"Rachel, someone's bullying me down in the main garage. Send a few of your people to help me deal with him."
"So you're Riley Collins."
"What's it with you? Just look at you in your crappy clothes. What did you think you were going to do with this college student anyway? How about if I teach you a lesson?" Just as Riley finished speaking, the limousine pulled up next to them, and Rachel hurriedly got out of the car. "How did you get here so quickly, Rachel? This has been bullying me. I want you to have him thrown off the property."
Melody got very upset when she saw Rachel, but to her great surprise, Rachel didn't even look at Riley as she ran up to Kevin and nervously called him boss.
"Rachel, what are you doing? Why are you being so polite to this hillbilly?"
Suddenly, Rachel slapped her brother in the face. Then she scolded him. "What the hell's wrong with you? If he's a hillbilly, what do you think that makes you? I'll deal with you later. I'm sorry, boss. My family has always spoiled him." He had no idea who you were, so I hope you can forgive him." "Forgive him? You've got to be kidding. Your brother just said that he wanted to find someone to break my leg."
"I'm very sorry, sir. It was all my fault. Please forgive me."
Riley Collins may have been a playboy, but he wasn't obtuse. He could see how afraid his sister was of Kevin, so he figured it was better to not find himself on his bad side. "What do you think we should do about this, boss?"
Hi, Kevin here. If you are wondering what happens next, then download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of InstaEmpire now with the link in the description.